Welcome to Research and Technology class at Eastern Illinois University, Research in Technology, TEC 5143-0022. And today our class slogan is Tools, Tools, Tools. And I want our presenter to hear it from you. Our slogan is Tools, Tools, Tools. And our motto is the right tool for the right job, right? So construction is my area of expertise, and my friend here, Shawn, is a very active graduate assistant for this lab, and he is in the construction lab also. So if you tell us something about the construction lab, and it's all yours after that.
All right, well, like Dr. Wybie said, I'm Shawn. I'm the grad assistant for this construction lab. And we do all kinds of projects here. We have all kinds of tools, from a panel saw, we got the band saw, table saw. Every tool you can think that involves wood cutting, we probably have in this lab. And I currently don't have a class this semester, but last semester I did, so we still have some leftover projects from last semester that I can show you guys. And I'm also going to put on a couple demonstrations using some of the tools that we have. So just follow me real quick.
Now, are we allowed to give you a hand before you start?
Oh.
Yeah, we have a good start here.
All right, so first thing is the panel saw. This tool is used to cut sheets mostly. We cut 4x8 sheets of plywood on here. And in this lab, we use sheets like this OSB called oriented strand board, and we also have CDX. And that's what the panel saw is mainly used for, to cut big sheets. Then we have the band saw right here, which is currently out of service. We believe that there was a blown switch, but usually we use the band saw to cut curves into materials that we have. So like a student, he makes Greek paddles using the band saw, and he cuts these little cool curvy designs in it. Then we have the table saw back here. This table saw is used basically to cut wood. We can split 2x4 or any material that you have. The table saw raises to about 6 inches. So then back here we got a couple of student projects and projects from the construction club. And this is actually a piece of furniture. It's a TV stand, and the guy who made this used CDX plywood. That's the size, and then the top is really nice. It's made out of pine, laminated pine that he made himself last semester. Then right here we got some catapults from the construction club. They actually made these 2 catapults for this competition called pumpkin chucking, where they catapulted pumpkins in a competition. Then over here we also have concrete sinks. We do a lot of woodwork here, but I'll tell you more about the structure. We made some concrete sinks, and the students actually used the sand and gravel we have in the back here and the concrete mix that the school purchased to make the concrete. And then we made formwork using the OSB plywood.
So we have more than one type of saws?
Yeah, the type of saw. Yeah, I can get into the saw. Like I said, this is the band saw. I can actually show you the blades. It's currently out of service. I can show you the blades. They're right here. I think this is about 3 sets of blades. And for thicker pieces, we use the thicker blade, as you can see. Then for thinner material, we use the smaller blade. And the smaller blade is kind of easier to work with if you're creating curves in your material design that you're making. This is a student's little chainsaw. This doesn't belong to the lab, but he comes in here and works. So, yeah. Then like I mentioned previously, this is the table saw. Then another saw we have is the miter saw over here, also known as the chop saw. I can actually give a quick demonstration of what it does, but it cuts the wood, cuts the material. Just place your material against the backing right here. This is the power switch. Turn it on. This is Made to make simple cuts, just chops the wood into two. Then right here we have the small Dremel scroll saw. This could also be used to cut little cool curvy designs in your material, but the blade is really thin, so you just have to use thin material when using the scroll saw. Then over here we have an assortment of tools. We have a small little sander to get those little corners that you want to sand out when you can't use the belt sander. Then we have this little tiny joiner. And I can actually show you all what this joiner does. It's actually a little bit better than the bigger one, and I'll tell you why. This is called a joiner, and the joiner is specifically used to kind of sand out the four edges of a piece of wood or a piece of material that you have. It's similar to a planer, and I'll explain what a planer is in a second. But essentially it's the power. And what the joiner does is just smooths the size of your piece of material down. It also decreases the thickness that you want or that is desired for whatever you're working with. And the bigger one does the same thing. The only problem with the bigger one is previously someone tried to run a piece of material through it that had a nail in it, and so there's a small little nick in it. So sometimes if you're not careful or if you're really detail oriented, you'll see the little groove that this joiner leaves. Small little grooves in the wood due to that little nick in the blade. That's why I prefer the smaller one.
What are these?
Oh, these are actually, this is the push stick, and these are just the pushers to push your material through. We don't really use the flat one because usually when we're joining things, we're using a piece of 2x4. But if you do have a piece of material that's a little bit wider, you would use this little push stick to push it through. Usually we just use the smaller one. We'll push it through like this. So yeah.
Very good.
Then the last thing I want to talk to you guys, well, a couple more things actually. This structure here was built last semester by a group of undergraduate students, and we built it from scratch. Right now it's in the demolition phase. I'm taking it down this semester. But last semester there was a mailbox, stairs, doorbell. It had working plumbing, working electricity. It had ventilation. The roof is shingled. We put in drywall. We also painted it. And yeah, they put a lot of time and effort into it. I wish you guys could have seen it when it was fully built and furbished. But this is kind of the skeleton. I tore off the drywall. Working on the electrical now, but yeah, essentially students built this from scratch last semester. And one more thing. Over here we got the drill press. You can use this to drill your material. It's just used to drill through material, make a hole. Call it the drill press. Then right here we have this.
Can we do it again, please, Shawn?
All right. And when you're using a drill press, you just want to make sure that the material is securely clamped.
So the clamps are also tools, kind of secondary tools to the main tool.
Yeah, these are the safety tools, because if you try to drill press anything that is not clamped, it's going to catch the material and actually start spinning. And it will spin off and probably cause some damage. So I'm just using the clamps to make sure it's secure before I use the drill press. And you just hit the power button. I like to pierce it a little bit. And once you get it going, drill straight through. And this, whatever project you're working with or working on, you need to, you know, put a hole in it. You can use the drill press.
Very good.
We also got the hand drills you can use. So. Then lastly, we have the spray paint booth. And a lot of students, I'll show you the project that's in here currently, just come around. Right now, 2 students made a bar. And this bar probably cost the students around $5 or $6. The only thing they bought was the spray paint to paint the bar. The sides are actually pallets that you would find at like a grocery store or a store that they stock food on. And they went to a store and asked if they just have the pallets that were left over. They brought them to the lab, they cut them up, and they made a bar out of it. And the top is actually some scrap that they found on a wool rack over there. So
you made it from nothing, actually.
Yeah.
Very good.
They told me it probably cost them around $5 because all they did was buy the blue and black spray paint. So.
Very good. You can sell it for 500 now.
Yeah, they still working. Yeah, but other than that, that is the construction lab. Does anybody have any questions or comments, concerns?
Can we see some of the day-to-day tools like hammers, screwdrivers?
Sure, yeah. You guys
so we
turn right around to this table right here.
You see the carpenters having the
tool belt?
Yes, so we can...
Tool belts are actually located on that wall right there. They have hammers, they have a pencil, measuring tape, pretty much everything you need when you're working on a project, a simple project. Then over here are our toolboxes where we keep the screwdrivers. We have a spark maker. Yeah, it makes sparks. Razor. We have a tiny case of drill bits for a hand drill that you want to use. We have hole punches, pliers, pretty much anything you can think of. Then right here is just our extra tools that I have to figure out where to store.
This is the most popular one, right? Everybody knows that.
This is a hammer. This is actually a really small hammer. But yeah, this is a hammer. All of them come with the same set of tools. So
I have different hammers also. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, but other than that.
Any questions? Good. This is your time now to ask him any question.
I have one with the drill bits. Can you punch holes in iron with that?
Iron?
Yeah.
No, actually, Hydro, he has the metal working lab. He's going to tell you about that a little later. And here we only have wood working.
So how do you differentiate between a drill bit which can be used for iron and wood?
When you purchase it, it'll say it on there.
I mean, so. if I'm not buying, like if I'm just picking it up from somewhere, then how do you distinguish?
When you purchase it, it'll say for wood.
No, I mean, if he is here today, he wants to drill. Which one he picks? Is there any marks on it or any features in the metal drill or the wood drill? Are there any indication?
On mine is none. I just know it's my bits are for woodworking because I purchased them, but there's no like actual physical marking on the bit that actually tells you. Yeah, all the bits in here are for woodworking. Hydro might be able to tell you a little bit more about the metal bits because I don't even know what a metal drill bit would look like.
Specialty.
Yeah.
Specialty wood. Okay. Very good.
I know the drill for the woodwork and the metalwork is different colors. So the easiest way to tell. For example, this drill is kind of like this yellow colors.
Yes.
But later when I show you the drill in the production lab, it's different colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be silvery more or something. Like silver?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
more
good.
like this color.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Like metal. Very good.
Is that something got to do with the base of it as well? Is the one which you use have the tip is more sharper, more pointed, and this is more flat?
Yeah, probably we can take.
That's a good point.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. That's a good point. Good questions. So this one, the tip looks like a little bit flat. I wouldn't say that until we see the other one.
Yeah.
But here is what we have now. So let's see how the other one is.
I think both are identical from the top.
Both are identical from the top. Yes, you're right.
I think the color. Like,
I think the top should be the same.
I don't know.
shape.
Because I've not used much. That's why I'm asking.
What about these pipes that are hanging
What are
all
these?
over.
in the lab?
Well, we have junction boxes up here for our electricity, and we also have compressed air. So like this is air, and we have I can actually show you. Here we have like we have a nail gun that uses compressed air. And that's what this piping is. It's all compressed air. So open it up, and you'll hear it. And it's just this nozzle just shoots air, but we also have nail guns. And this is actually how this is put together. They use the nail gun that uses air. So that's what all the piping is. Then we have junction boxes up there for our electricity. So
Can we have some more air, please? One more time. Okay, make clear. Very good.
yeah, this thing pops when you take it off, so you'll hear it actually.
So each tool shown is different from its features, its applications, and even one tool has secondary tools to use with it.
Yep.
Very good. Very good. Tools, tools, tools. Any other questions? Leave wood and go to metals. Would you give a hand to Shawn again, please?
Thanks, Shawn. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Shawn.